In the landscape of artificial intelligence, OpenAI has emerged not only as a technological pioneer, but also as a philosophical force. A company defined as much by its values as its code. Founded in December 2015 by Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, Ilya Sutskever, John Schulman, and Wojciech Zaremba, OpenAI began with a radical vision: to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. This vision wasn't just ambitious, it was urgent. As AI capabilities began to accelerate, the founders recognized that the development of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, AI systems that can perform any intellectual task a human can, posed both immense opportunity and significant risk. Left unchecked in private hands or developed in secrecy, AGI could concentrate power, exacerbate inequality, and threaten societal stability. OpenAI's mission, then, was a counterbalance to that danger: to build safe and broadly beneficial AGI. Not to dominate the field, but to share it. Not to monetize intelligence at all costs, but to align it with human values. This guiding principle became the backbone of everything OpenAI would pursue, from research transparency to collaboration with global institutions. At its core, OpenAI believes AGI should be an extension of human will, not a replacement. This means designing systems that can understand our goals, respect our norms, and assist our progress rather than derail it. It also means involving the public in the conversation, not just engineers, but philosophers, ethicists, educators, and communities worldwide. In its early years, OpenAI functioned as a non-profit research organization. It published papers, released models, and built open-source tools like GIM and baselines that helped democratize AI development. But as the race toward powerful AI intensified, the need for compute resources and talent grew. To meet that demand, OpenAI restructured in 2019 into a capped profit model, forming OpenAI LP, a hybrid that allows limited returns for investors while keeping its mission at the center. This shift allowed OpenAI to scale its infrastructure and attract funding, most notably from Microsoft, which invested billions and became its key partner in deploying models like ChatGPT. Yet, even as OpenAI moved closer to the commercial world, it continued to emphasize alignment, safety, and ethical use as its priorities. One of OpenAI's most defining contributions to the public conversation has been ChatGPT. When it launched in November 2022, it sparked a global awakening. Millions interacted with an AI that could write essays, code programs, craft poetry, and hold conversations that felt strikingly human. For many, this was their first glimpse of what AGI might feel like. A machine not just capable of tasks, but of understanding. Yet behind the scenes, OpenAI was keenly aware of the stakes. Every release, from GPT-2 to GPT-4, was accompanied by research into bias, safety, and social impact. The company invested heavily in alignment research, techniques that help steer AI behavior toward human values. It also pioneered tools like reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, which allow AI models to learn not just from data, but from human preferences and corrections. These efforts are rooted in a deeper philosophical question: can intelligence be engineered to act ethically? Can we teach machines not only to think, but to care? OpenAI's answer is cautious but hopeful. It envisions a world where AGI enhances education, accelerates science, supports creativity, and bridges divides. Not because it is perfect, but because it is developed responsibly. A world where humans retain control, set the agenda, and ensure that progress uplifts rather than destabilizes. This vision is not static. As AI evolves, so too must the institutions that govern it. OpenAI continues to call for robust regulation, transparency from all AI developers, and international cooperation. It supports external audits of its systems and shares many of its safety findings with the broader research community. But OpenAI's mission is also shaped by humility. Its researchers recognize that alignment is not a solved problem, that large language models can hallucinate, amplify biases, or be misused, that safety requires more than technical solutions. It requires culture, governance, and time. To that end, OpenAI has built internal teams dedicated to societal impacts, red teaming, and misuse prevention. It engages with policymakers to help shape AI legislation. And it listens to feedback from users, developers, and critics, knowing that AGI is too important to be designed in a vacuum. The vision, then, is long-term. OpenAI is not just focused on today's models, but on building an ecosystem of responsibility. It sees a future where AGI helps solve global problems, climate change, education gaps, disease, but only if guided with care. Where AI is used not to deepen division, but to strengthen dialogue. Where the tools of the future serve all people, not just a privileged few. And so, OpenAI's mission remains constant to ensure AGI benefits all of humanity. This means openness, sharing research when safe, engaging in public dialogue, and supporting collaboration over competition. It means restraint, delaying releases when needed, prioritizing safety over speed, and rejecting paths that undermine trust. And it means ambition, not to build the most powerful AI, but the most beneficial one. In a world captivated by speed and disruption, OpenAI invites a slower, more deliberate revolution. One grounded not just in breakthrough, but in wisdom. Not just in intelligence, but in alignment. This is the promise and the challenge of building a future with AGI. And in every model released, every decision made, OpenAI's mission and vision remind us this future belongs to all of us, and it must be built with care. And while OpenAI stands at the frontier of technology, it knows it cannot walk this path alone. The development of AGI is not merely a technical feat. It is a societal journey. It requires global dialogue, interdisciplinary insight, and above all, shared responsibility. That's why OpenAI has continually emphasized partnerships with governments, academics, developers, and civil society. Because the stakes of AGI are not limited to any one nation or industry. They touch every aspect of human life. OpenAI's vision is one of coexistence, a future where human and machine intelligence complement one another, where AI helps us see further, learn faster, and understand deeper, not by replacing us, but by expanding what we're capable of. From education to healthcare, from science to storytelling, OpenAI sees AGI as a collaborator. Imagine personalized tutors for every child. Imagine medical systems that learn in real time. Imagine creative tools that spark new art, music, and narratives. These are not distant dreams. They are possibilities already beginning to emerge. Still, OpenAI is quick to caution that the road ahead will not be simple. With power comes risk. With innovation comes uncertainty. And with intelligence comes the need for wisdom. That is why, in every advancement, OpenAI returns to its original mission, to steer AGI toward the collective good, to put safety, fairness, and human dignity above all else. Even its capped profit structure reflects this commitment. Unlike traditional startups, OpenAI LP limits the financial return investors can make, ensuring that the company's long-term incentives align with its mission. This unconventional approach is part of what makes OpenAI unique and controversial. But for its founders and team, the trade-offs are worth it if they preserve the moral center of their work. As AI continues to evolve, OpenAI's mission and vision will face these tests. Pressure to scale faster, to release more powerful models, to compete globally. All these forces could challenge its core values. Yet at each turn, OpenAI's leadership insists that the mission comes first. Because ultimately, the goal is not just to create machines that think, but to build systems that care. Systems that understand nuance, uphold values, and contribute meaningfully to the human story. That is the vision. That is the challenge. And that is the path OpenAI has chosen to walk, one careful, deliberate step at a time. So when we ask, what is OpenAI's mission? We are not just asking about a company. We are asking about a commitment to progress with purpose and to power with principles and to intelligence with integrity. We are asking about a vision of the future that is shared, inclusive, and hopeful. And in that vision lies the most radical idea of all, that technology, if built wisely, can make us more human, not less.